The Disney Parks Podcast is now on Stitcher, radio on demand. You can listen to us on your iPhone, Android phone, Kindle Fire, and other devices using the Stitcher application. Find it free on your App Store or at Stitcher.com. Now on Stitcher, radio on demand. Welcome to the Disney Park Podcast, show number 0032 for the week of January 14th, 2013. This is our first show of the new year. We are very excited, not only because it's our first show for the year, but also we are rejoined by the lovely and talented Kathy Winfield Sheely. Give it up, everybody. Yay! Kathy's back.
Hi, everyone.
We have certainly missed you. Thank you so much for coming back. We've missed you.
Us too.
It's been kind of manly around here.
Yeah.
We'll have to close up the man cave.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sorry, guys. Keep you guys straight.
That's right. Yeah. My name is Parkhopper John. Joining me, as always, is the lovely and talented Mr. Tony Casanova. The gang is back together, and this is our kind of year-end review. A lot of people did this at the end of the year. We wanted to start off the year kind of looking back because we're very excited about what 2013 has to offer. And one of the reasons that we're excited is because we looked back and saw what 2012 held, and it was awesome. So we're going to talk about some of the big news items that happened in the Disney community for the last year. And, we're going to talk about it a little bit. And it's amazing. We're looking at the show notes, the list is incredible of all the things that happened this year. Did you, you guys are Disney fans from way back. So is 2012 probably one of the more prolific years that Disney's had, outside of obviously, building, Disney World in California Adventure, that kind of thing. This year seemed to be pretty amazing for announcements and news.
There was a lot of interesting things that happened this year. It's always nice when they build a new park, but we didn't get a new park, but we got a lot of new expansions of parks. So that's probably just as good. If you can't have a whole new park, why not expand a whole new park? And I have to say, this is not in any way a comprehensive and complete list of the things that happened in the Disney World. This is kind of our version of the best of what happened this year. So there may be some things off this list, and if there are, hey, tell us about them, and let's chat about them. Come to the website, and let's talk about it in the comment area.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I think the big thing for a lot of us was in January, they launched the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card game all around the Magic Kingdom. That was pretty amazing.
Yep.
We're big fans of that.
I have not yet completed an entire level. I that's probably very sad. Very sad. And I also have to say too, I think they've put the game, back in normal mode for the winter now, because I know they kind of had it on hold at level 1 for the summer due to crowds.
Yeah, that and getting struck by lightning a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have yet to play a game. We just collect the cards.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of special cards, too, this year for all the special events and holidays.
Yeah, it was really neat to see how they intertwined the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards with the Halloween party and the very Merry Christmas party. It was really cool to see how they integrated that in and how everybody rushed to get those cards as soon as they got in the park.
So also in January, it was Disneyland Paris turned 20 years old. I can, see Michael Eisner making that announcement in my head. So
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me too. And I'm sure Michael is as well. Now he's stuck in my head. But, I can't believe they're, 20 years old already. So that's interesting. Also in January, this ruined a lot of park goers' day. From Pennsylvania Avenue to Main Street, President Obama decided to visit and shut down the Magic Kingdom. So that was really nice of him. Thank you.
No No comment.
Thank you, Mr. Obama. Actually, they didn't shut it down. They shut down a good portion of it and made it difficult to get around. But, And then he made an announcement that really wasn't that thrilling to any locals.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So that was good.
They also had an official debut of the Katsura Grill at Epcot's Japan Pavilion. I haven't eaten there yet, but from what I hear, it's pretty amazing.
Yep, I have eaten there, and it's not too shabby. It's a good quick service if you like Japanese food. So.
Yeah, the one thing that they announced in January last year that I was really excited about that I have not yet done, and I can't believe I haven't done it, is the exotic driving experience that opened at the Walt Disney World Speedway. And I remember being a part of the Walt Disney World Half Marathon weekend, and they had just made the announcement, and they had just started doing this, and they had all of the exotic cars lined up on the road as we were running by there, and I was like, I want to stop and ride. It was so hard to keep focused. It's like, wow, you don't see one of those. Wow, you don't see that. Wow, you don't see that every day. Oh, so
I feel the need for speed.
Absolutely.
That's all I have to say. Also in January, the Disneyland Dream Suite opened upstairs from the Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, depends on how you want to say it.
Star Tours turned 25 years old on January 9th at Disneyland. So that was pretty cool. Celebrate that birthday.
Yeah.
Speaking of birthdays, January, it was the 5th anniversary of this little website we like to call Disney by the Numbers.
Woo, 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 woo. And we did have, well, John, you were invited, but you never made it, unfortunately. We had a little party at the Bay Lake Tower. This year we're not doing anything because it's only 6. We'll have to do everything every 5 years. But we are going to have some kind of meet, I think, this year again, somewhere on Walt Disney World property, and we'll just have some fun meeting.
Yeah, I was in the middle of doing campaign stuff, so I missed most of all of 2012. I feel like 2012 was the year that disappeared because I really didn't get to experience hardly anything. I'm so bummed. It
was like you were running for office, but you didn't win.
Yeah, felt like that. Felt like that a lot, actually. Well, let's go ahead and continue on to February, and we had some really, really neat things that came out. The new Disneyland Explorer app was released for the iPad, and I still play with that thing. It's cute, it's fun, it's engaging, and for those people who love Disneyland but can't get there, it's a great little tool to kind of give you a little bit of that magic that you can play with on your iPad, and it's an engaging app.
Yeah, I like the little games that are on there too.
Yeah,
those are cute. Also, this year it was the official in February. The official Disney fan club celebrated its 3rd anniversary. That's D23 in D23 speak.
Yes, yeah. I don't have a lot to say about it, but I am going to D23 this year. So maybe next year I'll be a little bit more excited about the birthday.
Right.
In Disney California Adventure, they had Minnie's Fly Girls charter airline opened up, and unfortunately, when I went out there, I missed this. So I'm looking forward to going out there and seeing this. So that opened up in February, and then the big thing that happened, because last year was a leap year, they had the One More Disney Day, which, Tony, you did that, didn't you?
I did. It was interesting. It was a lot more crowded than I thought it would have been. I would have thought, well, who's going to spend the whole day in the park? I mean, really. I was, I guess, blown away with the amount of people that were there. And it seemed to not really be a lot. A lot of people went first thing in the morning for the special event, get the ears, get the shirt, get all that stuff. Then the crowd kind of died down. And then right around dinner time, I guess all the locals kind of surged the park and, were going to hang out for the rest of the night. So there was this huge surge around dinner time, and the park got really, really crowded. So, but it was fun. It was interesting. A lot of people did crazy things like, ride TTA all day or ride the Haunted Mansion all day. And it was just fun. It was a good time.
Well, that brings us to March, and one of the coolest things that I think that Disney does is they really do try to honor the legacy and the Imagineers and the creatives behind the rides, the attractions, the parks. And Imagineer Alice Davis was honored with a window on Main Street USA at Disneyland. And when I went, they had just put the window up for the Sherman Brothers, and it was really, really cool to see that Disney would go out of their way to do this. And it's a great piece of nostalgia. And it's one of those things that once they're in the park, they're in forever. And granted, the legacy that Alice Davis has on the parks, I mean, she's in the parks, but it's not as blatantly obvious unless you're a historian or somebody like me who's a Disney geek. To see a window on Main Street USA honoring Alice is just, I thought it was, of course, I would think that it came way too late, but I'm glad that they finally did it, and it's really cool, and I can't wait to see it when I go in August to see the window.
Yeah, I'm glad that they keep up this tradition, but I often ask myself, what is the criteria, and how come we're not doing it more often? I guess we would run out of windows if we did every Imagineer, but I guess they have to really put some kind of mark on Disney to in order to earn a window. So.
That's really a cool idea. We should do a show based on who we think should be the next top 10 windows, because I would have to think that Marty Sklar, if he doesn't already have one, could you imagine what one would be for Joe Rohde?
Yeah,
or even John Lasseter. I think that'd be a really cool. We should do that.
Lasseter definitely should earn a window.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And there is a book. It's called Windows on Main Street. If nobody has that, highly recommend getting that because it's quite interesting to see them and read about the history of them.
Right, and we'll put that in the show notes.
Yep.
And you can link that on Amazon. What else happened in March?
March, we got the Avenger Rail. So this was the themed monorail that debuted at just Walt Disney World Resort, not Disneyland. They did not have the Avenger Rail. And actually, I think we still have the Avenger Rail, so still going strong.
Yeah, still going strong. Well, do you remember what it was before it was the Avenger?
I think that was Monorail Black.
Nope, it's Tronorail. They had Tron.
Oh, Tronorail, right.
They had the Tronorail.
But it was Monorail Black.
Yeah, it was Monorail Black.
Okay.
That's right. So, April 2012, we were cooking right along, and now we're in Q2.
Yep.
For those business speak. We have the brand new Disney Fantasy. I have not been on this boat yet. I've been on its sister, the Dream, and I cannot wait to get on board the Fantasy. They're amazing boats, and I think it's really cool. I was one of those guys that was watching the boats being built, and I can't wait to get on a cruise on this. But I just can't get my schedule, and I can't get the disembarkation place squared away. Because the Fantasy, is that one coming out of Port Canaveral? Is that one on the West Coast?
I think it does both. I think it splits. I think it does some months in Port Canaveral, and then it goes over to the West Coast, and I think it does some stuff over on the West Coast then.
Yeah, we'll have to get one of our incredibly talented and gifted travel agent friends to shoot us a text message and educate us on the cruise.
That's
schedule.
why we keep them.
That's right.
Next was the reimagined Basin store reopened at Downtown Disney here at Walt Disney World. I don't know if anybody knows what Basin. It's a bath body shop. It sells soap and creams and lotions and things like that.
Right. It's a store that makes it funky to breathe when you're standing outside of World Disney.
Yeah, but I do like one thing they sell around Christmas time is it's like a candy cane soap. It's peppermint soap.
Yeah.
And it's quite refreshing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. They do great stuff. So they also had a huge announcement, the Voices of Liberty, which we have come to know and love here at Walt Disney World in Orlando. Hey, there was a group of Voices of Liberty that opened up in Disneyland, and I've heard they are just as incredible. We'll have to go see.
Yep. Yeah, that would. I'm surprised they did not have that before we did. Also, the big, huge. This was massive. Cheering, screaming, yelling, jumping up and down. Kids of all ages. the Orange Bird came back to WDW.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yay.
I was not at WDW when the Orange Bird was there originally, so this is all new to me.
Yeah, it's the Bird's got a legacy, that goes back to '71, and all the old timers, I guess, and historians and crazy Disney lovers, were doing a dance in the streets that the Orange Bird was back.
Right.
Well, I think the Orange Bird was popular before Walt Disney World even existed in Florida.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because he was the representative of the orange growers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we got the Orange Bird back, so that brought the Citrus Swirl back.
That's
and
right.
My friend Tony Casanova introduced me to the Citrus Swirl, and he converted me.
From Dole Whip to Citrus Swirl.
I know I'm going to start an argument, but I like the Citrus Swirl better than the Dole Whip.
Yeah. I'll take either one.
Yep.
Also, we got a new chef, new taste on the menu at Mama Melrose Restore Italiano in Hollywood Studios. Now, I have not been here since they've redone that menu. Shame on me. Because I'm always looking good for a good Italian meal. But I will have to lolly over there and check them out.
Well, the Carnation Plaza Gardens at Disneyland began its transformation in the new Fantasy Fair experience, and that was announced also in April of 2012. And that was a pretty sad situation. It really was, because it was when I first went to Disneyland, I just stood right there in Carnation Plaza Gardens, and I just stood there and stared, because I remember so many wonderful television memories of the Mickey Mouse Club having concerts there and everything. It was just really, really sad to see it go, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me on that. But the new Fantasy Fair experience, of course, is beautiful. So
now, I have to put this in my head, Kathy. This is at the end of Main Street on the right-hand side?
I thought it was on the left-hand side, but I haven't been there since Horizon was 8 years old. So.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the new dining email system that serves Disneyland Resort guests was announced, and that was kind of cool. I mean, I think that it's anything that they could do to help communicate with people and make the dining experience more rich, I think is cool. And we also started seeing, because they started doing the dining email system, we started seeing some of the new technology that throughout 2012 and continuing into this year, they're starting to do some other things that are mobile app oriented and a little bit not automated, but different utilizing technology for the betterment of the guest experience, I guess would be the best way to put it. So that was announced, and all of us are here except for Kathy, I apologize. Tony and I are here on the East Coast, and we have absolutely no experience with this. So, guys, if you're out there, please shoot us an email at questions@disneyparkspodcast.com, or, you can drop a phone call to our hotline. But, guys, let us know what this experience is like, and if it's a win or if it's a fail or if it just needs to be tweaked a little bit. But the biggest news, I think, dwarfing anything else on either coast or around the world, in 2012 of April,
that's right,
world domination began with the debut of the Disney Parks podcast show.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's almost been a year.
Wow.
And in quite a year it has been, hasn't it?
It's almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good. It's been a great ride, and we have to thank everybody for listening and downloading and commenting and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to do some interesting things this year, and we're going to be adding some things to the show, so you're going to have to stay tuned, as they say, and
that's right.
See what comes up next.
Bigger, better, badder, and more magical.
That's right.
Should be our new tagline.
And funner. And funner.
Yeah, now that I'm off the campaign trail, it could be fun again.
Yeah, that's
Jeez,
right.
oh, Pete. And, these guys, and I'll say this publicly, and we may or may not edit it out, but these guys did yeoman's work, because there were several times when I was on the other side of the country and I couldn't even get to a computer, let alone try to do a podcast. And you guys were very gracious, and I appreciate that. But we had an incredible 2012. And I think 2013 is going to be even better. So. Yep. Looking forward to it.
Hey, going back to that email thing, I think I read just a couple months ago when they started rolling out the new Gen technology stuff, that Disney will spend $8 billion this year implementing new technologies to make the guest experience better.
Did you say billion with a B?
I said billion with a B.
Jeez.
That's $8 billion with a B dollars on new technologies to make our guest experience better.
Well, in May 2012, we had one of the coolest things that happened that I and my wife are a huge fan of. The new Tutto Gusto and the reimagined Tutto Italia, which is a restaurant. The restaurant reopened and Tutto Gusto opened May 1st in the Italy Pavilion at Epcot. Tutto Gusto is the little wine cellar that's right past the entrance to Tutto Italia, and it became an instant classic because we get to go there, and it's got some of the things that we love, which is finger food, cheese, and lots and lots and lots of wine. It's comfortable, it's cozy, it's an amazing place. I love it. It's quiet, which is one of those rarities that you get at Disney. And the new Tutto Italia reimagining was outstanding. The food, again, is impeccable. And it was a win-win for me, May 1st. I'm tearing up right now. I'm so excited.
And don't forget all the cured meats. There's nothing like a little prosciutto.
That's right. Any meat that's cured is a good meat.
That's right.
That's all I got to say.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm going there this Thursday, so.
Well, all right. Tell Uncle Tutu, or what's his name?
Tutto Gusto?
Yeah. Tell him I said hi.
I will.
Well, then we get to celebrate 35 years of Space Mountain at Disneyland.
Yeah. That's
35 years.
That's crazy, too. I can't, when you see that written down, 35 years Space Mountain, that's a...
At Disneyland.
Yeah, at Disneyland. And that really, it doesn't look like a day over 5 years old, never mind 35.
And the lines are still long after 35 years. And the lines are still long,
yeah.
That's right. It's like Ric Flair used to say, and I never really understood it. And this was, 15, 20 years ago, back when he was like in his heyday. He said, it's the oldest ride in the park, but everybody's still standing in line to ride Space Mountain.
Yeah, I wonder how many people have ridden Space Mountain so far in 35 years. Wow.
If anybody knows that number,
yeah,
that's right.
You have to contact us. I would love to know how many people have ridden 35 years of Space Mountain.
I'd love to know how many people got stuck on it.
That'd be good too. Also, in May, we got actually a new resort here in Florida. We got the debut of Disney's Art of Animation, and from what I'm hearing, it is pretty successful. These are, primarily family suites, which can sleep up to 6 guests, and over-the-top theming, as you would expect. And I have to say, this is crazy. It's one of my, I say, top 5 places to get lunch now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd ever would have said that of a value resort, but they have very good food over there.
Yeah. It's good food in all of them.
Yeah, no. Pop Century, All Star Music. It's just it's your normal burgers and stuff, but this is not your normal burger. So
right,
yeah.
It's Mongolian grill and gelato.
I would actually argue, though. I mean, I know that it's labeled a value resort. There ain't nothing valuable about it.
Yeah,
it's more of a moderate resort, to be brutally honest with everybody. But
right.
The food choices, the gelato, the grilled the burgers aren't just burgers.
Right.
The Mediterranean choices that you get, it's really the food's not that expensive. The decor in the eating areas are outstanding.
Right.
I completely understand what you're saying, Tony. Plus, you can, Big Blue is right outside the most amazing, creative pool that Disney's ever built, the largest pool that Disney's ever built, with an above ground and a below the water sound system.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It's got a lot of nice features. They really, like we've said in the past, they really listened to what guests were complaining about with the value resorts, and they turned it up a notch, and they gave people more value, I guess.
So. And that too empties into a gift shop.
They all empty into a gift shop.
It's not a Disney experience unless it empties into a gift shop.
It's not an experience; it's an attraction, right? We're turning it into an attraction.
It's like Vegas, Kathy. You can't get to your room without going through the gift shop, and it's the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
They're just taking cues from Vegas now.
I guess
that's exactly right. Yeah. And then in May, Disneyland, of course, announced their ticket price increase for the resort. So
they took a big hit.
We've grown accustomed to that.
They took larger hits than we did down here. I think they ranged anywhere from 17% to 35%.
Right.
I guess somebody's got to pay for Cars Land, and it's going to be the guests.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right.
All right, now this next one, I love these two kids. I think they're hysterical. I think they should have their own talk show. This is Sophia Grace and Rosie, I should say, got a sneak peek of Cars Land at Disney's California Adventure Park. And if you haven't seen them, Google them, and you will find some funny videos. They are repeat offenders on The Ellen Show, and they're just two very cute and very funny kids.
They are cute.
I really think they should really have their own Disney Channel.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. For those of you who watched the parade, the Christmas parade, they featured them during the parade. Right. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. They're on their own little celebrities.
Hard to believe they're so young too.
Yeah.
Kids each generation is more intelligent than the last. That's scary.
True.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we have 3 new faces that came to the Disneyland Resort. We seem to be stuck in Disneyland right now. Yeah. Manny, Mandy, and Mona Monorail came, and looking a lot like their Cars friends, we have the personalities on the monorails now, as opposed to just the color notation that we always give it, or the Mark 7 or Mark 8, whatever. Now we have Manny, Mandy, and Mona Monorail that we can get rides from all around Disneyland. That was in May as well last year.
Yeah.
That was really cute.
And we have to say goodbye to another attraction.
Yeah.
The Fantasyland expansion here in the Magic Kingdom, I guess, laid victim to yet another attraction. We shut down Snow White Scary Adventure on May 31st. So that is now in the archives, as we say. And that will become some princess meet and greet, from what we're told. And no details have really been thrown out or elaborated on that yet. So we'll have
just a few of them. It's beautiful. It's like the decor is like an inside of a castle, of course.
Yeah, right.
And I think the little princesses will just love it.
Yeah. Now, were they going to put all female princess people? I mean, like Rapunzel and Brave and Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, the Little Mermaid, Tatiana.
I don't know. Well, definitely not going to be Belle or
Belle, yeah,
or Ariel. They've got their own key spots, but
yeah.
And Cinderella usually is at her castle. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I guess.
Are you going to get like Mulan and Sophia the First?
Sophia the First. Now, yeah, sure.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I find myself, the more that I watch Once Upon a Time on ABC, that I'm torn, because I love the classic animated princesses, but I'm really falling in love with the the Once Upon a Time versions of the princesses. So if you're not fans of the show, I'm not going to belabor it too much, but basically some of the main characters are Snow White and Mulan and Belle and Sleeping Beauty. Aurora's in there as well, and they've kind of been reimagined. And I don't know how to say this without using the word badass, but they're just awesome. You know, really? They're fighting princesses. They're brilliant before, but I mean they're princesses with a little bit of edge. And right. I would almost like to see them in a meet and greet, to be honest with you.
Wow. I think a lot of people would like to see them in a meet and greet. Yes.
All right. So, I'd go meet Jennifer Goodwin.
Yeah. Well, she opened News Fantasyland.
Yeah.
Maybe, when she's on hiatus. Come on, Jennifer, if you're listening.
And Jennifer Morrison, I'd go see her too.
Yeah, not quite a princess yet, but I'm okay with that. Love to meet Belle. The Belle with the Aussie accent is killing me. Just killing me.
All right, so June. We're in June 2012. We're halfway done. This is 6 months in. And it started with Disney announcing the Phineas and Ferb Adventure P World Showcase Adventure came to Epcot. I have not yet gone on the adventure, so shame on me.
Shame on you.
Yeah. This needed rehabbing.
Yeah, it was a little stale, that game. I agree.
It was cute though. The kids enjoyed it.
Oh, it's still cute. It's really awesome. It just needed rehabbing because what was the character's name before? Oh my gosh, I can't remember who the Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
I don't even think it was on the air anymore, and they were still doing the Kim Possible World Showcase Adventure.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they updated some things, and they added a couple of new things, and I haven't done this yet, but pretty soon I'm going to have some more free time over in Orlando, and I've got to do this because this is just too cool for all the kids to have all the fun.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
That's right. Well, also in June, Carnation Cafe reopened at Disneyland Park. So we lost the gardens, but we got a cafe. I don't know if it's an even trade, but probably that reopened in June.
Yeah, probably not. And then we got a lot of Star Wars items. We got Build Your Droid at the Droid Factory, arrived at the Tatooine Traders at Disney Hollywood Studios.
They're not Italian.
Yeah. Hey, it's Italian for me. You got to put Italian.
It's an Italian Star Wars. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, why don't you come over here?
And then we also got the infamous $99 plastic slab, which was called Cast Yourself in Carbonite, with the Carbon Freeze Me experience during the Star Tours weekends. Star Wars weekends. I saw these things, and let me tell you, for $99, this was extremely overpriced.
Yeah.
Extremely overpriced. This should have been 99 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, $1.99, but I'm not going any higher.
Oh, when I used to sell statues, 8 to 10 inch high statues, a lot of them were only 99 cents, and we sold them for $20. Yeah.
Yeah, if this thing was like a little bit bigger, I would say like a 12-inch size or 14-inch size, something like that.
That really looked like yourself. They made you make these ugly faces, not ugly faces, but crazy caricatures faces, right. And it really didn't look like themselves.
Yeah,
right.
I would have loved to have seen somebody like laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
In carbon,
sticking your tongue out.
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah. Oh, right.
I would bet you $99 that this is coming back this year.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Okay.
The only downside about this for me was the fact that you spent your money, you went through the process, and then you went home and you had to get it shipped to you.
6 weeks later.
Yeah. If they had the ability, and I'm sure it's just strictly a logistical issue.
No, it's not. Hey, John, there's that MakerBot. The little thing, the little kit, the thing that you buy that makes the plastic 3D things.
Yeah.
That happens in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They could be zipping these things out. You could do this in the morning and have it by 4 o'clock probably.
Right.
Yeah, there's computerized. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Well, maybe they were just thinking that they were going to be bombarded, so they just put 6 weeks.
Oh,
on
I'm
it.
sure they were, because there were a lot of times, I think
Yeah.
in the morning they were sold out, there were no appointments available. So it was
Wow.
extremely popular. And they also then brought it to the convention at the Orange County Convention Center. Disney also did it there. But there was no appointment needed. You had to stand in line and wait to get your
Typical.
carbon freeze experience. So. All right, what's next?
Well, we also had the 20th anniversary of Disneyland's version of Fantasmic of June of last year. And I have yet to see the show. I've been there twice and missed it
20.
both times.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, I guess that's about right. Because that's when we were there, just when Fantastic opened.
Yeah.
Right.
I am probably going to make a lot of people mad at me. But I saw the show, I guess it wasn't last year, the year before when there was the expo. And somebody had invited me to dinner at Club 33. And Club 33 faces Fantasmic.
Right.
So we watched Fantasmic from the balcony of Club 33.
Upstairs?
Yeah, upstairs. So,
That's
All right.
great.
so
I
you
will
can
go
send
ahead.
your hate mail to DisneyByTheNumbers.com.
Well, weren't there trees in the way, though?
There were
Or
a
did
couple
they-
trees, but you still had a pretty good view.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I speak for everybody, Tony, when I say that you suck.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I had two good experiences all in one time. I didn't have to be, sitting on or standing, trying to, find a place for a Fantasmic. I had a nice little balcony view, and I had a good dinner. So
That's
it was
good.
a twofer.
That's great. And that's once in a lifetime. How are you going to pass that up?
Never.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we talked about in May, they opened up the new Art of Animation Resort. And what they did is they opened up it in phases. So the first phase that they opened was the main area, the check-in area, Big Blue, which was the big pool, with the Finding Nemo themed part of the resort. So the next thing that they did was in June, they opened up the Cars wing of the Disney Art of Animation Resort open. And that coincided with another little event that happened on the West Coast. What was that thing? Like they did something in Disneyland.
Something with rocks and cars.
Yeah, they had this thing. Oh,
Yeah, this little town.
Dadgum.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
remember.
Dadgum. Oh, Cars Land open.
Cars Land.
Yeah, Cars Land open.
Ciao.
Ka-ching. Yeah, Cars Land, this little itty bitty nothing that opened over California Adventure that
Right.
nobody really wants to go see. I don't need to run around Radiator Springs or hang out with Mater or anything. I'm fine. I'm good.
You're good. No problem.
But probably the best part, John, was that the Buena Vista Street opened, and they redid the whole entrance to California Adventure.
Finally.
I think, for me, seeing all the pictures, I have not been there yet, but seeing all the pictures and the Walt and how they made it look like California when Walt had arrived, I think that will probably mean more to me than Cars Land.
Yeah, same here. I totally agree. We're both going to be out in D23 this year, and that's the main thing I'm looking forward to is Cars Land.
Yeah.
Well, outside of the convention, the main thing I'm looking forward to is just walking down Cars Land, and then walking through the front gate is seconded because just to see the new Walt statue. I have done a lot of, because I did so much traveling, I had a chance to do a lot of book on audio and reading. So I did a lot of research on Walt. So that's going to be very emotional for me to see that stuff as well. So I'm looking forward to it. And, to go back to the Cars Land thing, yes, I do want to ride the rides. Yes, I do want to have the dining experiences. But what I'm most looking forward to, and tell me if this doesn't turn everybody into a little kid, I'm going to get the opportunity to walk inside of a fully realized Pixar animated film.
Yeah.
Bugs Life, the Bugs Land, Bugs Life Land thing over in California Adventure is cool. But this is literally, we know the street and Radiator Springs. We know Flo's VA Cafe.
Right.
We're going to
Who
be able
was
to
it?
walk.
Yeah. walk right in. There was somebody that said, I don't know whether it was Disney when they on one of their videos or something, or it was just somebody that I was talking to. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyhow, the child said to their mom, "Mom, is this where they made the movie?"
Yeah, that was Deb Wills told us that story when she was talking about
that's
Cars
what
Land.
it is. Okay.
If you go back to our Deb Wills episode, she was talking about she was standing near a kid, and
Remember
the kid
that
said,
now.
"Yeah, is this where they shot the movie?"
Yeah.
So.
And that's the exact same feeling I think everybody gets. I don't care if you're a little kid or an older kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An elderly child, as my daughter calls me.
Right.
That's
You agree with me.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, not to be outdone, and we can debate this all day long.
Yeah.
We can really debate this all day long. Not to be outdone, Walt Disney World opened up the Storybook Circus area of the new Fantasyland to much applause. Yeah.
Those three people, can you please raise your hands?
That's right.
Well, Horizon would be one of them because she used to watch and she grew up watching Dumbo's Circus, live Dumbo Circus on the Disney Channel back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And so she can't wait because we haven't been down there yet, but she just can't wait to walk into that circus tent because that's going to put her right into her little TV shows. Just like Queensland did with the little kids.
Well, it's interesting because we really didn't get the full blown storybook circus. We got this in dribs and drabs.
Right, exactly, and I think that had a lot to do with it too.
We got the tent, we got Dumbo, we got one Dumbo, we got two Dumbo, we got the train station. We kind of got this in pieces.
Right.
It wasn't a fully completed experience unveiled to us.
Right.
And that I thought that was sad because I think they should have unveiled this with the new Fantasyland. And because they included that as part of the new Fantasyland model that they showed us and the pictures that they put out there and all that kind of stuff. So I think they should have. I think they didn't give this thing its due. And it's.
But then we were always like, hurry up, come on, I want to see it. We're like little kids. So what are they going to do? They're going to give it to us.
Yeah.
Well, and my only pushback on how Disney did all of the Fantasyland stuff, the new Fantasyland stuff, was it's the difference between when they launch a Pixar movie, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, but it's the difference between when they market and launch a Pixar movie versus how they marketed and launched like John Carter. John Carter was not hardly at all advertised well, and it flopped in the theater. They pushed Brave for 2 years straight to get the hype for that movie, and it's a great movie. I'm not saying that it's not. Nothing against Brave, and I like John Carter. Nothing against that.
Right,
but
Jackie liked it too. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, we didn't see a lot. The only thing we saw from Cars Land is what Disney wanted us to see. Those videos that they put out on the Disney Parks blog were like oxygen to a lot of people. We were just eating it up. We couldn't wait. And then they had the grand opening. Well, with how they did the new Fantasyland, it was, hey, we've got the Dumbo opened. Hey, we've got this part opened. Hey, now we've got this part open. Oh, and if you come to the parks, it may or may not have a soft opening that day. Well, this is 2 or 3 months before the quote-unquote grand opening. And what's so sad is we all worked our butts off to get, grand opening day reservations at Be Our Guest. And I can't tell you how many times I'd eaten there before the grand opening.
Yeah.
And I just think that it was I hate to be that guy, but I really wish they'd have kind of kept their noose around it just a little bit tighter. So
exactly.
I think the experience would have been much more, because when we did walk through there, it was stunning.
Yeah.
But we got stunning prolonged over several months as opposed to stunning one big, amazing, holy cow. And it would have been an opening worthy of like the Cars Land opening.
Yeah. I think what they were trying to avoid was a mad crush of people trying to get to the new Fantasyland. If they had kept it all a secret and kept it all behind closed doors or closed walls until, the specific day that they were going to unveil the whole thing, I think it would have been like a mad, crushing disaster of people swarming the Magic Kingdom. Like they were giving away free candy or free tickets.
Did they do that over at Cars Lands, or did they open one attraction at a time?
I think they had the same kind of thing experience that we had. Is, they opened up things and they let people preview it for days or weeks at a time, and then shut it back down to refine things, and then kind of reopened it up again. I don't think they had a hard open day like we're thinking. Also, an observation. I was in the Magic Kingdom the other night, and it was dead. It was a very slow night in the park. I mean, you could have, thrown a dead cat and not hit a person.
Well, it's January.
Yeah, it was great. But I also found that they don't operate two. Yeah, they don't operate two Dumbos now. When it's very slow, they'll only operate one Dumbo. So,
I can't blame them for that.
I don't know what the point of having the two Dumbos are if you're not going to operate them.
For summer.
I guess.
Summer and holidays. Yeah.
I guess. And the next item on the list was actually interesting. The Glow at the Show ears were unveiled, and I actually saw somebody in Walt Disney World with them, and I went up to them and said, those don't work here. Your ears have no powers in this park. And they kind of looked at me weird, but they laughed and told me to get the hell out. No.
But they will eventually.
Hopefully they will eventually. I said, you'll have to come back when they have some kind of usefulness here.
Right. Just as opposed to rubbing it in our faces that you've done it, we haven't.
Yeah, exactly. I said, well, thanks for, bringing me your ears.
Well, another piece of news that they had in June was that Disneyland Resorts was allowing guests to purchase theme park tickets, with their smartphones. Another next-gen technology use that enables park guests to have an even better experience. And I think that it's coming pretty quick for Walt Disney World. That's just my opinion, though.
We were just talking about that today because Jackie went to give the sales lady at Tuesday morning. She went to give her her phone. And I'm going, Jackie, that's not the credit card. The credit card's in your wallet. And she goes, oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. It's just watching too much Korean dramas. Because in Korea, you can go to the grocery store and pay for your things with your cell phone.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, hey, come on, America.
Yeah.
Let's get going here.
Yeah, Starbucks is like that for me. I always hand my phone at Starbucks.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah. Also, another Ghirardelli soda fountain chocolate shop opened at Disney California Adventure. Hey, anytime there's a chocolate soda ice cream shop,
you'll find all the females there.
I find anybody there.
Guys, you think you go to the grocery store to pick up a female? Go to the chocolate.
Really?
You'll find yeah. Oh, yeah. Chocolate was invented for females.
John, we got a place to hang out when we go in August.
No,
sweet.
It will be sweet.
Oh, jeez. Be here all week. Try the wheel.
Yep. Actually, that's what I had for dinner.
Oh, sweet. Nice. I'm glad I could read your mind like that. One of the things we had that was really cool was the new Disney Pixar stamps that celebrated Disney's Art of Animation Resort. And I saw the press release and all the pictures and everything, and immediately went to the post office and bought a few sheets, and I've actually given a few out as gifts.
We used to collect all those.
Wow.
Yes, I'm an avid stamp collector of Disney Pixar.
You have to hold on to them because hopefully they'll go up in value. Well, we know the price of the stamp will go up.
Yeah.
Which means your investment will go down.
Right. Well, we went to Theme Park Connection. Quick shout out to our buddies over at Theme Park Connection. We went there, and we just happened to look in one of the bins of all this paper stuff, and I found a sealed piece of cardboard that had a new sheet of Disney Celebrate Friendship stamps, and it had Mickey and Pinocchio and Bambi, and wow! So we're starting this little collection of Disney stamps on our wall.
Yeah.
So we've got the two different versions of the Pixar, and we got that Mickey Mouse thing. So it's cool. I mean, I was a stamp collector when I was a kid.
Right. Yeah. So was I. I have that collection, John. The one thing I have added to that is I have one each of the stamps on an envelope with a postmark of the day that they were issued.
Yeah, the first day of issue.
Yeah, from Disneyland, I think.
Oh,
Wow,
cool.
The
that's
Disneyland
nice.
postmark.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, first day of issues are great to collect.
Yeah. They were doing that at the expo, the last expo. They had issued some new stamps, and they were doing a special D23 Expo postmark. The post office was there, postmarking any stamp that you want, any one of the new stamps you wanted.
That's cool.
New stamp. Yeah, obviously you had to pay for it. They weren't doing it for free.
Right.
Thank you, U.S. government.
Yeah. We always paid our taxes in Disneyland, in Disney World, rather, at the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, really?
Isn't that terrible? Yeah, just because they'd have Disney on it.
Wow.
Here, government, here.
Wow.
Pay my taxes. And I would pay them on 31st, too.
Very interesting. All right, so July starts off with, and this is, I found this interesting. Epcot's Off Kilter has been doing music for 15 years at Walt Disney World. That's amazing. That that band can rock on for 15 years like that in the same place, playing probably the same 5 songs that they do.
Yep.
Hope to get the old videos out and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But they put on a great show.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
It is a great show.
The funniest part to me is and I like the music. I love the band, but I love watching the groupies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
The
are funny.
the old drunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
The other Disney technology, Disneyland is really, beating us with the technology. Just Ask Otto debuted at Disneyland, and I put actually Otto to the test one day. I did call the number and I did ask some things, and Otto was actually able to give me answers. So the voice recognition technology, was pretty good on that. I guess I really didn't test if I, slurred or was drunk or something like that. But if you spoke in English, Otto, gave you a good answer. So this was a special phone number that you can dial, and you can say, what are the park hours today, or what's the wait time on Space Mountain, and Otto would give you the answer. And I thought it was, very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they could certainly put all that in an app, and then you don't have to call anybody. But if you don't have a smartphone and you just have, the ability to make a phone call, and you wanted to get some information without using, data plan on your phone, this was a great option for that. So,
Right.
I guess they're trying different ways to get information out to the guest experience. So,
Well, not to just stay in the United States, Hong Kong Disneyland Resort opened up the Grizzly Gulch area, which looked to be amazing. I don't know if I'll ever be able to go to Hong Kong, but it looked like a really cool place. It looked like a combination of a bunch of our different, frontier lands, but the roller coaster there looked much cooler than ours.
Yeah.
yeah, I think from the pictures, this kind of looked like Big Thunder Mountain meets Splash Mountain. I think there was some water effects to this and some train effect to this. So.
Yeah, I thought they went backwards, too.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure.
thought so too.
Yeah, it was Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain meets Expedition Everest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty huge.
Well, some Imagineer probably said, Joe Rody, hey, we invented this ability for the roller coaster to go backwards. Can we use it again?
Let's do all 3 in one.
Yeah.
That's right. So we both should go to Hong Kong, try it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, road trip.
Road trip.
Well, speaking of Splash Mountain, at Walt Disney World, our Splash Mountain celebrated 20 years
Splash.
unadulterated celebration of the Song of the South.
Zippity doo dah.
Without saying Song of the South.
Right.
And the people of Paris will enjoy the same punishment that we have here in Florida. They will get to shop in a 20,000 square foot store called the World of Disney at their Disney Village. So goodbye with all your euros, because that's where you're going to leave them all now, in the World of Disney store like we do.
Yep.
I think this was actually about the same size as ours, and themed almost the same kind of fashion from the pictures that I had seen. But I thought that this was standard. Build a park, build a World of Disney store. I didn't know they had to wait this long to get theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
It's
kidding.
kind of strange.
Unless, of course, it was some small thing, and now they just made it the supersize like we have.
I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
So,
They supersized it.
the Disney Fantasy set sail in July of 2012 to rave reviews and amazing videos, making everyone's heart desire want to be on a Disney cruise line. Moving forward to August, we have if you can believe this, the 1-year anniversary of Aulani.
Can't believe it.
Which is the Disney Vacation Club / Disney Resort and Spa over on the Great Island in Hawaii. Another Joe Rohde amazement.
Mm-hmm.
And so that 1 year, so God bless, time is flying.
1 year, and they already did an expansion.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Rohde, my daughter's single.
I don't think Joe Rohde is.
Darn.
I wonder how Joe gets through a metal detector at the airport.
Oh, jeez.
Gingerly.
Yeah. All right. We talked about the ears being announced, and then in August we actually got the show. So this was the first glow with the show performance of Fantasmic at Disneyland Park.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this experience in August.
I am. I'm buying the ears. I'm already there.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been thinking about calling the mail order number to get them ahead of time.
Oh, cool.
But they might come out with a new color of them, maybe.
Yeah.
Design.
Yeah, the design on them is a little,
Colorful.
yeah, colorful. That's not what I was looking for in ear hats, but
Right.
any hoot.
Give it to me.
Well-
I'll do it for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about the Art of Animation Resort, and they slowly dribbed and drabbed out the new wings, and the Lion King wing opened up in August, and it is very cute, and it's the first of the regular suites, right? Not suites, not family suites, they're just regular rooms
No, these are sweets too.
as well.
Yeah, these are sweets.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, these are sweets. They're sweet sweets.
Sweet.
Sweet lady. Well, and then the last thing that happened in August, again, there were kind of soft opening a bunch of different things. The Pete's Silly Sideshow in New Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom Park opened in August, and I thought it was cool. The first time ever I walked through it New Year's Day. If you can believe that. Thought it was cool. Thought it was great.
Kids will like it.
Absolutely.
The littler kids, the younger children.
Yeah, It was cute. The big thing that I thought was really funny is we've got I don't know why, it's just this personal, we just love Lambert, the sheepish lion. And they have the big Lambert poster. So every time we walk by, it's like, Lambert. Sheepish lion, Lambert. Let's push on to September.
All right. We started with yet another resort opening, the Little Mermaid wing of Disney Art of Animation open. And these are the only rooms that are not.
Those are the ones,
that are not suites.
Gotcha.
This is just your outside corridor, your typical, all-star pop kind of room. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Bed, shower, toilet, sink. You're done.
Right.
That's it.
But themed in the Little Mermaid tradition.
Themed in the Little Mermaid tradition. And that's it. And also the furthest from the front desk and the pools.
Yes. Very, very far. You're almost like walking back to the Pop Century.
Yeah. You're actually closer to the Pop Century front desk than you are the Art of Animation front desk.
That's true.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You're only a bridge away from the front desk there, so.
Right. Right. Well, the thing that we were really excited about in September was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit merchandise was announced. They had, shirts and other things, but our favorite thing was the hats.
Yeah.
Which
Oswald ears, baby.
It took us forever, but recently, like really, really recently, like within days, we finally got a set of Oswald ears.
Epic October.
That's right. October 2012.
Dun, 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 dun.
Brought the celebration of 30 years of Epcot. Let that sink in, everybody.
Trio.
Epcot is 30 years old.
Yeah.
Finally, they had to celebrate the 30th. Because for the 25th, everybody made their own T-shirts and everything.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do anything, so they had to do something for the 30th.
Yeah, they did this. I am going to say much better than Disney's Magic Kingdom's 40th. And maybe 30 does mean something more than 40. I don't know.
I don't know.
But they at least put some effort into this one. And, I have to also say it's partial effort due to the people at D23. There were a lot of D23 events that celebrated the 30th anniversary, not really the park and the park people celebrating the anniversary of the park.
Right.
So, kudos to Stephen and all the other people that work over there at D23 for, finally, putting something together that really meant something and celebrating this park's 30th anniversary. So, kudos to them.
Yep. Also in October, we had the new Big Thunder Mountain Railroad with its new immersive queue open up. I've not done that yet.
I have not been there either. Now's actually a good time because, there's no line.
Empty.
Yeah, it's January.
Yeah.
January. Yeah. Following up on that, we had the new Alice in Wonderland themed kids water play area open at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. And this is really nothing exciting except that they are building Disney Grand Villas there. So that's why they're adding these extra water features. Yeah, and it is kind of cute.
It is cute. It's very reminiscent of the Nickelodeon Splash Zone if you've ever stayed at the Nickelodeon Resort.
Yep.
Which is cool. And we have the new characters in Flight Balloon debuted at Downtown Disney at Walt Disney World because apparently the other one exploded, I guess.
Not in this country, but somewhere else, yes.
It was up one day, and then it was gone the next, and then a few months later, boof, we have a new characters in Flight Balloon. I've never done this experience, and after my recent fall, I doubt that I'm going to do anything that involves heights that I'm not strapped down to something. So.
Well, you're strapped to the deck, John.
No.
This is actually, if you go up there on a clear day, you can see the downtown Orlando. It is an awesome, awesome view. I really have to. If you have the time, it's not very expensive. I think it's $16, and then they give discounts for various things: DVC, annual pass, Florida resident, blah blah blah. But really, just go on a clear day because if it's cloudy and there's overcast, all right, it's fine. But on a good clear day, you can see the downtown Orlando. It's spectacular view.
Clear day.
Yeah.
The other big news in October is coffee lovers around the world rejoice and kind of gnash their teeth a little bit.
Yeah.
Starbucks opened at Disney's California Adventure with the promise of opening on both coasts very soon.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The bakery shut down this week here in the Magic Kingdom. And breakfast is now being served at the Tomorrowland Terrace in case you need your breakfast. Cool. Or in case you'd like anything from the bakery. And that will become the Starbucks here on the East Coast.
Nice.
But the bakery will be going back into the Starbucks.
Well, from what we've heard, the answer is yes. There still will be a bakery in there, but there will also be a Starbucks in there.
Right.
So I have a feeling there will be no seating in there, which is going to be kind of weird to try and eat breakfast standing up. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to see, what they do.
Well, you grab your breakfast and go on down the street a little bit on the right-hand side.
Yeah,
and
go to Casey's.
All kinds of little,
outside eating by Casey's.
Casey's or the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and the last big piece of news that we want to talk about in October of last year, and it was earth-shattering when it happened, was
blew my mind.
I'm pinching myself every time I go to this park. The Pirates of the Caribbean Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow opened at Disney's Hollywood Studios to lukewarm reviews.
Yeah.
Dear Disney, please put something in this building that will not be wasting my time. Something that would you would call an attraction, and not this walk-through museum thing that you have there.
Here's one for you. Dear Disney, give us the Monsters, Inc. roller coaster we've all been dreaming about for the last 50 years.
And put it there.
That's right. Hey, I'll take the Monsters, Inc. drive-through, the dark ride that they have at Disney's California Adventure. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You know, do something. I don't know. Hey, here's a walkthrough tour that I would appreciate. Showing off Walt's cryogenically frozen body. That would be something. Come out of one man's dream, and ladies and gentlemen, here's the body of Walt Disney.
You know what, John? I would even take, if they filled that room with, cells and animation art from different Disney movies and Pixar movies and whatever.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a lot of cells from Pixar movies, bro.
Expand one man's dream. Put in a new restaurant. There's 1,005 things you could do in that building. Putting Pirates of the Caribbean, The Legend of... Come on, people.
Yeah, that's pretty...
You're beating this movie to death. It's dead. It's at the bottom of the ocean.
It's just like I was telling the guys today, okay, on Facebook. They were so upset about Johnny, okay? And I said, listen, us females, we need our Johnny. So just play with this for a little bit, okay? Because Johnny is coming out with number 5, and it will be in theaters July 10th, 2015.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Yeah. Same stale script, same stale plot lines.
Same gorgeous Johnny.
Whatever. Just go ahead
Be nice.
I loved the first 2, and after that I'm just like, okay.
Okay, guys.
I'm sorry. I do love Johnny Depp. He's amazing. I'm sorry.
I was fine up to number 3. After that, you really just lost me.
Yeah, it got a little off the rails. Yeah. But I'll go see it just like everybody else.
Okay, now if it was Jessica Rabbit number 5.
Nope.
Yeah, still no.
Nope.
Still no?
Still no.
Come on, guys. Mm-mm. Okay, if there was a real Jessica Rabbit number 5.
Maybe.
No comment. No comment from the married guy.
You know better not to comment.
Okay, moving ahead to November.
Yeah. Let's see. November started with really not the movie, but the Wreck-It Ralph characters coming to Disney parks on both coasts at the same time, really, which is also kind of odd. But so there's meet and greets with Wreck-It Ralph, and I think a lot of people really went for that pretty quick. Not even seeing the movie, they were lining up to see the characters. So
yeah, Disney did a great job of marketing that movie. It was a great movie. It was up for a Golden Globe.
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, it lost to its sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brave.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was a tough decision. Really.
Yeah. Well, one's Walt Disney World Pictures and one's Pixar, so they had to put them both in.
Right. Well, for fans of the Earl of Sandwich here at Walt Disney World, Downtown Disney District over at Disneyland got their own Earl of Sandwich, thus making it easier for those of us who are crossing over the country going to that park to be even more confused, because that doesn't belong there. Will be another phrase that's said now at Earl of Sandwich.
Right.
Hey, listen, guys, just feel bad for me. I have to go clear to Houston just to get an Earl sandwich or San Antonio or something like that. Oh. Wow. But then my nephew gets one up in Maryland. So if you're in Maryland near Baltimore or someplace up there.
Well, if you want us to ship you a sandwich, Kathy, let us know.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'll send you my grocery list for next week.
Yeah. And if you've never had an Earl of Sandwich, well, let me go back. If you've never had an Earl of Sandwich holiday sandwich, you have not lived life. You might have climbed Everest. You might have sailed through the Panama Canal, but you have never lived until you've had an Earl of Sandwich holiday sandwich. It's the stuff that dreams are made of.
That's right.
I'm not a fan.
We can't be friends anymore.
I think that's what you said last November.
The sandwich is just okay. It's not. It's not all of Christmas, and that some too. It's just a sandwich.
All right, buddy.
See,
I
I'm
love
good
you. I love you.
Uncle Earl makes a
All
wonderful.
right, let me talk about something else so I get out of trouble. Disney announced this all-inspiring. This really blew the minds of many
Yes.
annual pass holders and fans and Disney goers all over the world.
Yep. Still
They
talking
announced
about it
this-
today.
This fantastic program called Limited Time Magic. And woo, was I excited to hear this. This is Disney's going to do something different once every week, or something every day of every week, or there's something for the 52 weeks of this year. It started out with the Year of the Year. It started out with New Year's Eve celebrations. Disneyland California got probably the best gift so far. The Golden Horseshoe Review reopened.
Yeah.
Hello, Disney. We have one too here in Florida if you want to open up ours. And they really haven't sent a list out of what all of these things are. They've alluded to things that will happen, but there's no defined set list. They have a website that they tell you need to keep going back to see, what's coming out this week or the next coming week or whatever. But there's really not a, limited time magic list for the 52 weeks.
We definitely need that magic list.
Yeah, I think what they're thinking and what they're doing is they're putting things out there, doing them, executing on them, and seeing what how the people are reacting to that, and then making adjustments to what's coming next. Because if they make the announcement of, here's the 52 weeks, and then they start changing them up, and people start planning their vacations around those things that are on a set list, I think they'll get mad. So I think that's the position and how they're kind of doing this. They're doing it a little bit at a time and seeing what the announcements are.
Yeah. If I could chime in on this
Sure.
one, I think this is another example of, what was it 2 years ago?
Not Year of a Million Dreams.
No, the next one.
Celebrate something.
Magic,
Celebrate
no,
you.
Magic the Memories. No, Magic the Memories in You.
Oh yeah, Magic Memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they did this big debut of Magic the Memories in You, and they really didn't. It was kind of foggy.
Yeah.
They said, this is what the Magic Memories in You, and then they debuted the song that they were playing as the backbone of the new Castle projection show and the projection show over at Disneyland on It's a Small World. And I remember thinking, wow, this is just kind of not what I would expect from a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate company that's supposedly wanting people to come out there. And I kind of had the same reaction to this limited time magic. So, which made me feel pretty good about it, because about 2 or 3 months into the Magic the Memories in You, I kind of got it. And I thought, oh, well, that's really neat. But this whole limited time magic thing, I wish that they would just come out and do something very similar to the Year of a Million Dreams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think that if they would come out with, the year that dreams will come true, or something, something that, I mean, they've got a marketing campaign, they've got a marketing people. If they came up with something that we can instantly grab, limited time magic, just, let me get on my soapbox for just 10 seconds. Is this something that Walt would really get behind? Because what message does limited time magic send out?
Limited.
It's limited.
It's just, if
We're not going to tell you until the week of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it sends a message that
I don't think the normal family that, okay, let's go to Disney World this year and they won't come back next year. I don't think that family per se is going to get this. They've never been.
Right.
I mean, how many return people? There's a lot of us that go every year. A lot. A hell of a lot. But I don't think for the normal person to make vacation plans is really going to get this idea at all.
Right.
Like, oh, they used to do this all the time? Well, why'd they stop? Or,
Right.
well, that's something old. I don't want to see that.
Well, and we've had a prime example of this kind of sort of backfiring, I think. And I'm jumping ahead just a little bit. When they opened up the Fantasyland in December, they had this huge event, and they did this huge marketing campaign, this viral video, and the Tumblr campaign about the dragon. And we were like, well, how are they putting? We talked about it on this show 2 or 3 or 4 times. How are they going to fit this dragon into the theme? What is this? What does this mean? How did they haven't talked about a dragon in New Fantasyland? And it generated a huge amount of buzz. And what was the dragon? A one-time, one-off performance of the fire-breathing dragon over the Magic Kingdom for a press event.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
And I'm sure they'll use them in a show over in the new Avatar Land. We'll probably use them again.
Probably, but that just seems really short-sighted. So I hope that I will be able to eat my words when we do this roundup show next year. But I'm not really excited about this limited time magic thing.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think a lot of people are.
I think
except for the hats. They're coming out with new hats. Those are cool.
Yeah, for the big things like the 4th of July, the Pirates thing that they're going to do in September, probably something for Halloween, those week-long bigger events, fine. Me as a local and an annual pass holder, I'll probably go out to those to see them and things like that. The smaller things that they're doing, probably not so much. I would have loved to have gone to the Horseshoe Review. I remember seeing that as a kid. Mm-hmm. And that would have been awesomeness if they did it here in Florida. But right now that's only in California. So maybe they're going to move those people. Maybe they're going to move those people over here to Florida and do it over here at some other time during the year. So I'm hoping that. But we really have to see how they're going to play all these things out. I don't think people plan their vacations around Disney's marketing message.
No.
Well, let's hope that you're not planning your vacation around Disney's marketing message or Disney's special events like these things, and maybe around the bigger events that Disney does. Food and Wine, Flower and Garden, Christmas. Whatever. But to plan your vacation, say, well, I want to go see the 4th of July limited time magic thing in Florida and California. Well, that's kind of crazy because we don't know what it is, and we don't know if it's going to be worth it.
Well, this is a sad day. Back in November, the announcement that Chef Yoshi from the California Girls sushi chef at the Contemporary Resort announced that she was bidding a final farewell. She's still working because they pushed back the date of when they're actually going to close for refurbishment for the California Grill. Yep. It was a sad announcement because Tony and I are huge, well, in my case, literally, fans of her work.
Yeah.
Horizon said she'd take over her job for her, Shawnee.
Oh, all
Sweet.
Right.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, the sushi's not going away when the California Grill comes back in August. Her proteges will be taking over. And what we heard is the official close day is now February 5th. And,
wow.
Yeah. And we have dinner reservations again. So
Sweet.
We went in January. They told us no, it was pushed to February. We didn't cancel the reservations because, we had reservations.
Right. I fell, so I couldn't get
And John fell, which was kind of good because now we'll just go again in February. So,
okay. Sure, if that's how you want to look at it, I appreciate that.
John fell, that's too bad. We'll go again in February.
Yes. The next lovely news item just blew the markets away with the Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two video game was released to a resounding thud.
The power of Mickey will compel you.
Well, the mermaids are making splashes and debut at Pirates of the Caribbean at Walt Disney World Resort. Yes, the mermaids.
Have you seen any video of this, Kathy?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's adorable. I love it. Yes. And her skeleton laying there.
Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing dead mermaids to really cheer you up.
Yeah, I know.
It smells fishy.
Yeah.
Dead fish smell.
Let me tell you a fish tale about some mermaids.
No, it's good to have the mermaids back in Pirates of the Caribbean. See, guys, we have Johnny. You guys can have the mermaids.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I'll take that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to December 2012. And we took a good chunk of December off. So we did talk about some of these news stories, but some of these stories we didn't get a chance to talk about. And the biggest piece of news, I guess, here in Walt Disney World was the official Fantasyland opening. Much to the surprise of everyone, a lot of people had already seen it by the time it grand opened.
Yeah, this was just all the pomp and circumstance and, ribbon cutting and, VP handshaking, blah, blah, blah stuff.
And they had some guest stars there, which I thought they made some really interesting choices of who they brought in.
Yeah.
They brought in Jennifer Goodwin, who plays Snow White, and Mary Margaret. Mary Grace or Mary Margaret, I can't remember her name on Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, I get that.
They brought in Jordan Sparks.
Don't get that.
Well, she's the mother of one of the ships.
The Fantasy.
Yeah.
Jordan Sparks is the mother of the Fantasy?
Yeah, she inaugurated. The godmother. She inaugurated that ship.
Oh, okay. And who else did they have?
Jodie Benson.
Jodie Benson. That made perfect sense.
Yes.
Loved that. Anytime I
love Jodie Benson, period.
Love Jodie Benson, period. She's amazing.
Yep.
So it was cool. And one of the things that they did to celebrate the opening of Fantasyland was they had a life-size, flying, fire-breathing dragon flying over the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Now, I saw lots of video. I have some video on my website if you want to see the flying dragon. I'm sure John does too. I heard from cast members that this was super huge expense. The paperwork that was required by the FAA to fly this, I guess, manned or unmanned drone, I'm using air quotes, or dragon, over a populated resort was hideous. And I heard, Disney said, well, we really have to decide whether we're going to use the dragon again and under what circumstance is it worth all that trouble. So there was a lot of talk of, where the dragon was taking off from, where the dragon was landing. Was he using the short takeoff and landing strip over by the Magic Kingdom? And that wasn't feasible because that's where all the Fantasyland construction materials and vehicles are.
Down at Remus Road, right?
And then somebody mentioned, well, there was another landing area over by the Caribbean beach, but there's a resort there now, so that's not possible.
I don't think it went that far, did it?
The what?
I don't think it went that far, did it?
We don't know. We don't know where it took off. I personally don't know where it took off and landed from.
Well, where's the landing strip? It's near the Magic Kingdom.
It's right by the car plaza at the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, but it will be interesting to see if they use this again. The video is interesting. The video that I have, it's pretty good. You can see the fire coming out of the dragon. I saw a whole bunch of videos. Some were dark, depending on, I guess, people's cameras and things.
Yeah.
And the angle they were. So. But
I put the blueprints or something. I think what they used for the patent or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
They're on my Facebook page.
Yeah. Okay.
Pages upon pages back, but fascinating.
Yeah.
And they used those same things back in the 80s when they had the boat show at Epcot with the colored fireworks during the day. They used the same thing. What do they call it? A drone? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. They have a great big fan. It's a seat with a big fan on the back. That's what it looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fly those near my house all the time.
Interesting.
I hope they come back in some form or fashion because I would love to see that. I think that'd be really, really cool. Yeah. But I could see the hazard it would create.
Yeah.
The other thing that took place on the same day that Fantasyland opened was Test Track reopened with its new Quasi-Tron overlay. Have you ridden it yet?
I have not. Hopefully this weekend I'm heading over there.
And then Tony has some experience with this next item because Splitsville opened at Downtown Disney, and you've been there, and I have not, and I'm jealous.
Yeah, I've been there 3 times already.
Holy cow.
And what was your score? What was your bowling score?
I didn't bowl.
I know, you went to the
Oh, wait, they have bowling there, too? Damn, I know I'm missing some. No, this is really my new favorite place in Downtown Disney. They have great food, and they have great drinks. And there's many, many different places to sit, eat, and drink. And by the way, they have pool tables and bowling. That's
Is
all
it
I'm
crowded?
saying. No. Well, all right.
Not now.
Yes, it can get crowded. I heard it could, on a Saturday night, I heard there's a line of like 2 hours to get a bowling lane. But if you just want food and drink, it's, they got lots. They could seat 700 people.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So it's a 700-seat restaurant. That's huge. That's
Different
huge.
types of food, right? I know they have the sushi.
They have
right?
sushi, they have pizza, they have burgers, they have sandwiches, they have entrees, they have pasta. They have a little bit of everything. They have a little bit to cover everybody's little eclectic taste. And they have some, interesting drinks and things like that. You can, the upstairs bar that overlooks Downtown Disney is probably the best place to sit. Because you sit outside, there's a bar there, you can get table service. So you can sit out and watch people, meander down below you, in front of Wolfgang Puck and Wolfgang Puck Express. And you have a nice kind of view. That, I think, is the best seat. And just near there is what I've deemed the new Boom Boom Room. It's this little area that cantilevers open over that area that has some glass windows. And it's all couches, leather couches and leather high-back chairs. And it kind of looks like a mini... man cave.
Nice.
Which is kind of nice.
Where's this? Like in the back upstairs?
This is upstairs facing Wolfgang Express.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, also an interesting thing to note about this is they did not use the entire building.
Wow.
So all of this 700 seats and these 30 bowling lanes is, maybe 2/3 of that building. So next to that, they have a sign up that Sammy DeVal Sports Shop is going to open next to that.
Wow.
So we're going to get
bowling shirts.
Hey, you get your bowling shirts at Splitsville. You don't need to go to Sammy DeVal's for that. But what Sammy should probably do is sell bowling balls.
Yeah.
The Mickey balls, the Mickey and the Minnie balls. We found a couple of them.
Yeah.
Mickey has a very big crack down the middle of it. And I said, throw that thing away.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to try the bowling and pool tables are pool tables.
Pool tables, hey, I'll shoot pool.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Hey, that's what they need. They need to get my cousins down there and have pool tournaments.
Yeah. So that's the thing too. I had asked them if they have leagues, and they do not do leagues. So if if you want, maybe we can start a Disney by the Numbers league. Or Disney Parks Podcast League, and
that would be so much fun.
Yeah, we'd have to have somebody manage the league, and figure out how to do it.
Even just for a meet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, definitely. That might be a good place for a meet.
Now, do they have rubber bumpers?
Yep, they got rubber baby bumper bumpers.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
They have for kids stuff. They have, kids shoes, kids bowling balls. They also have the kids rack, where they put the ball and they slide it down the rack.
I was going to say, did they have the handicap rack?
Yep, the handicap. Yeah. Yep. It's a really nice place. My only I can't even say it's a complaint. I just wish the appetizer menu was a little bit bigger. Because if you're just going there for a drink and something to munch on, I think I can probably get through that appetizer menu pretty quickly. With
so
my
they don't have
visit.
like a variety tray that you can get?
Not really, no.
No? Okay.
No.
Just everybody order one appetizer and put it in the middle of the table?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. And you don't have to buy a Disney ticket to get in either.
No, you don't have to buy anything to get in, and you don't really say anything. You just walk in. There's a host. There's a place that you go to, get a table, and you can ask them to sit, upstairs. You can ask them to sit outside. Here's another good thing too. Is outside, just as you come around the corner of the building, there's a huge bar downstairs that you can sit there and have drinks. You could probably even eat there too. And then on some nights, I guess like Friday, Saturday nights, they have like a little one-man, two-man band kind of thing that plays live music outside as well.
Wow, that is the place to go.
They knocked this thing out of the park in my eyes.
That's
they made a dead building really come to life. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It needed it. It needed it.
Yeah.
Although I do miss the bookstore there and the videos and the CDs and
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but this
Sticker.
This is a home run for locals. This is really a home run.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Well, on a downer note, the annual pass premium that a lot of us have, Disney decided that they were going to downgrade the discount from 20% down to 10%. So, outside of being able to go across the country into Disney parks and water parks, there is no benefit to having the annual premium pass.
Well, you save on the tax, and sometimes that's pretty cool. Yeah. Because what's Florida tax?
At Disney, it's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. An opening that they had at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort, preparing for the new DVC villas that they're building there, is Senses, which is a new Disney spa. And 2 friends of mine, I think, went to Senses this past weekend, and their review was awesome. But it was expensive.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, of course. But you know what? When you go for a spa day, it is expensive. It really is. Unless you go to find a good Korean spa, you can go to. They're pretty.
Yeah, you start getting into the $300 area, though. That goes from expensive to ridiculous.
But does it have to be expensive?
Well, you're paying for a service for a person that has gone to school to be able to do this. Mm-hmm. Your rub downs and what have you.
I get that, but I can get an hour massage by a, certified, and she's got all the documents and the paperwork in the place here for $39. The exact same thing at Disney is 3 times that.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's normal.
But they said it was amazing. So
it's something really good for some special occasion, like an anniversary or a birthday or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Next on the list is we have a little change here. It's time to celebrate the magic at the Magic Kingdom Park. This was the Magic Memories and You show. It now has a new name called Celebrate the Magic. So the show got changed and got a new name. And,
new song?
No.
Yeah. They keep the other song. They have it in there, but it is a new. It's not my favorite version of this thing. I've seen the original, and then they did the seasonal things with Valentine's Day and 4th of July. I'm not a big fan of this version of it. It seems really disjointed, but it's still pretty cool. Well, we have another anniversary. Last December, Walt Disney Imagineering celebrated its 60th anniversary. 60 years of Imagineering amazingness.
Yeah. Kudos to all the Imagineers out there. I mean, you guys really rock it. That's amazing.
They do catch a lot of heat, but all in all, they do some pretty amazing work.
Yeah.
Sure do.
I'm sure with the budgets and constraints and legal rigmarole that they have to go through to do some things, it's probably fast. I would love to sit in a room and hear their idea. So.
Yeah, I'd love to hear a whiteboard session in that place.
A little blue sky stuff.
Yeah, blue sky.
Yep.
And we'll have some more of Behind the Pixie Desk too with the Imagineers too.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
we'll have to bring Mark back.
Almost definitely.
And we've saved the best for last, just for Kathy. In December, at Hollywood Studios, The Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow opened. And it really is a cool attraction, but it could get old quick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anything that they put in there is usually time limited. There's your limited magic.
Yeah, it's limited magic.
Yeah.
It's like the rest of the.
It's also limited enjoyment.
Oh, most definitely. You get to see Johnny.
No.
All right, so let's put a fork in this. Call 2012 done, and let's rock on to the 2013. Now, are we saying 2013, or are we saying 2013, or what are we going to call this year? What's our preference?
I'm probably saying 2013.
Yeah, I think 2013 rolls off the tongues easier. And like we said up in the beginning of the show, you have to stay tuned, listen, stay dialed in. Whatever terminology you want to use, stick to this bat channel for you older bat people. Because we're gonna experiment. We're gonna do some things. We have a little list of things that we're gonna try. And if they don't go over well, we'll put them to bed and we'll take out another one.
That's right. Hey, always be innovative.
Excited.
And we didn't talk about this a lot, but 2012 was a banner year for us because we were nominated for a podcast award.
That's correct.
Yes.
We hadn't been alive for even a year, and we got nominated for this incredibly prestigious award. And I think we were all just in shock and so humbled and so grateful. And we got to give kudos to all the people who were nominated, because we were on a list of some of the best travel / and Disney podcasters. And we would be remiss if we didn't say thank you to each and every one of you guys who voted for us. And we definitely want to take a moment to say, congratulations to the winner, Mr. Lou Mangello with the WDW Radio Juggernaut, knocking another podcast award down. It's, he's the godfather for a reason, folks. He's amazing.
Yep.
That was wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Some of the other people that were in some of the other categories, some people think, oh, it's just a little contest or something like that. No. It was ESPN Fantasy Football, ESPN Baseball, CBS Sports, Dave Ramsey, the financial gentleman, Wall Street Journal. I was like, oh my goodness, thank you.
Yeah,
that
really awesome.
made my year.
Yeah. So we're just three, kooky, fun, Disney loving people behind microphones, and
that's right.
We wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you guys, and for my sake, Tony and Kathy, thank you guys. Thanks for letting me be a part of this, and it's really a privilege, and it's been a lot of fun.
And thank you.
Yep, and really, this was so far a fun adventure. We've almost made it to the 1 year mark. We've gone through a calendar year, but we're almost at the 1 year anniversary, and it's been a fun adventure so far, and we're just getting started. So, one other note of business for everybody out there. If you have the chance, go to Disney by the Numbers website, and on the front page, right at the top, I have a survey. And the survey has to do with Disney by the Numbers and this podcast. And you don't have to give any personal information if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. But at least complete the survey. And there's some questions there that, talk about this podcast and what you'd like to see, what you don't want to see, how long it should be, how many times a week we should do it, how many times a year we should do it, all that kind of stuff. That helps us kind of make decisions on, how to best, give you what you want. And, if this show needs to be shorter, we'll make it shorter. If you want it twice a week, we'll make it twice a week. Do you consume it at home? Do you consume it in your car? Do you consume it on your treadmill? All that kind of information will help us make this better for you.
Yep.
So, if you get the time to fill that out, I would appreciate it, because that will help me, and it'll help John and Kathy help you make a better listening experience.
Yeah, and it doesn't take forever. It's real quick.
No.
Real quick. And it's a lot of fun questions.
And there's some trivia in there, too. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to make it boring, like a survey. So.
the Disney Parks Podcast is now on Stitcher, radio on demand. You can listen to us on your iPhone, Android phone, Kindle Fire, and other devices using the Stitcher application. Find it free on your App Store or at Stitcher.com. Now on Stitcher, radio on demand. Well, my name is Parkhopper John, and I want to encourage you guys to come on over to www.parkhoppers.com, and we have a great newsletter that we want to encourage you all to sign up for because of premier scavenger hunts. So visit us at www.parkhoppers.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, at Google+, and Pinterest at www.parkhoppers.
And hi, this is Kathy Winfield Sheely. You can find me on Facebook at Kathy Horizon Winfield Sheely. You can find me on Twitter at Disney Roy Ladies. You can also find me on Google Plus and Pinterest.
I'm Tony Casanova. You can find me at DisneyByTheNumbers.com. And on the website there, you can find all the facts and stats about Disney and the Disney Company, the parks. Sign up for our newsletter. Go check out our photos, our videos. Also, we have an iPhone app, which you can find in the iTunes Store. It is www.dbtnfacts. I suggest that you download one. You can also find us at Twitter at DBTN. Find us at Facebook page /DBTN page. Or there's a Facebook group. And you can also find us on Google Plus and Pinterest. And we'll see you in the park.